Welcome to the Teal Office. Today we're going to continue our parenting series where we're talking about the 4 principles of connection, co-regulation, communication, and compassion. Today is part 3 and we're going to talk about communication. If you want to learn more about communication, head over to the 7genwellness.com website and click on the blog post for communication. Let's get started. So as children, we learn so much from how our parents and the adults around us communicate. We learn from verbal communication, nonverbal communication, but what children take the most away from is what they learn from what you say and do consistently. So consistency in your relationship with your child communicates with them that they can trust you and they can trust their environment. It gives a level of predictability that makes them feel safe enough to take risks. And you're communicating that safety with them by being consistent. So there are 3 things that I think you should focus on communicating with your child first. The first thing that you want to focus on communicating with your child is that they are valuable and they're worthy of your time and attention. You know I've said this in other parts of our parenting series, but you really are teaching them what to expect from others and what they should give to others. So a lot of that communication is nonverbal. They're watching how you interact with others. They're watching how you handle stress. You're communicating what's acceptable and not acceptable to your child. And you're also communicating with them patterns that they should look for in their relationships with others, especially when you communicate with them that they do have a sense of worthiness. The next thing I would like you to focus on communicating with your child is your expectations for them. Not just your expectations for them, but your expectations for them in relationship with others as well. So when you're communicating expectations for your child, it's very important that you are clear and consistent. Often growing up, we hear the saying, well, they should have known better, when kids do something that frustrates us. But if you see your child doing something over and over again that is very frustrating to you, maybe they didn't know better. The best way to ensure that they know better is to communicate clear and consistent expectations and follow through consistently with those expectations if they're met and if they're not met. One thing that I want you to focus on in communicating expectations is consequences. Now, consequence gets a negative connotation, but consequences don't always have to be negative. Be sure to reinforce positive consequences as well, because that sets your child up to understand that their behaviors have a direct correlation to outcomes in their life. So if they do something good, share with them that they did the right thing and they're receiving a positive consequence for what they've done. If they did something that didn't meet your expectations, have set consequences beforehand. And that way, when you do have to have the conversation with them about not meeting the expectation, they already knew what the consequence was going to be. They're not taken by surprise. And though they may be frustrated, they're more prepared to accept the consequence for their actions. Lastly, you want to communicate with your child how to interact with the world around them. If you model for them that they can be assertive and still show others grace and be kind, then they're more likely to do those things. And the best way to do that is to model those things in your interactions with them, their teachers, their friends, their parents. Show them that it's okay to assert yourself and express what you want, but you can assert yourself with kindness and grace towards others. If you've liked what I've had to say today, feel free to subscribe to the 7Gen Wellness channel and like and share the video for others. I'll be with you every week to talk about your mental wellness and come up with ways and share ways with you to improve your mental wellness every day. Thank you for joining me, and be well.